This plan will get you lean AF in the next 90 days. I've gone from having belly fat to being 6-pack lean in under 90 days 3 times in my life. So I will give you the 3 steps to get lean in just 90 days. The first step is to stop eating like a kid. So a few weeks ago, I was on a vacation with my family and a few other families we're friends with. And one day we were eating and I sat with this other guy from one of the other families. He's 20 years old and we're like kind of friends, like we hang out sometimes. But when we was eating, I looked at his plate one time and it was just sweets. He had like cakes, ice cream and just like junk food. And it felt a bit weird because I felt like you're 20 years old and you're eating like a 5-year-old. I didn't say anything, but that was what I thought. And me and this guy, we both started working out like around 4 years ago. And in that period, I have made much more progress than him. I have much more muscles, just a better physique. And so I felt like this is why. He's eating junk food, sweets, all these high sugar foods, which is making him gain less muscles, have lower testosterone, not have good abs, while I haven't been eating that for almost 2 years. So if you want to get lean, you need to realize you can't eat like a kid. You can't eat junk food, sweets. Those are the foods that has made you fat. Because you didn't get fat from eating too much potatoes and chicken. No, it is that McDonald's, that fast food, the ice cream, those cookies, that candy. Those are the foods that has made you fat. And even if you don't have it a lot, like only during the weekends or just like once in a while, it still adds up. Every time you eat something with a lot of sugar, it becomes harder for you to lose fat. So stop having junk food, and that's like fast food, sweets, like high sugar foods, because they have sugar, which makes you fat. Seed oils also, which also makes you fat and get lower testosterone. And yeah, when you have lower testosterone, it's much harder to lose fat, and you can even gain fat if you have low testosterone. And they're also calorie dense, like pizza, candy, soda. All these foods are calorie dense, and when you get in too many calories, you gain fat. So you stopping junk food will help you be in a calorie deficit. And if you're a busy man, you're working a lot, this will be super powerful, because the only thing you do is you don't eat anything. You avoid eating junk food. Let's say you have breakfast, lunch and dinner. That you just eat like a clean breakfast, lunch, dinner, a lot of protein, and then you don't eat anything in between. So instead of having something in between, which actually takes time to eat and destroys your focus and energy too, you just don't eat anything. Like stop snacking in between your meals. That's probably when you have those sweets, those small things you don't really even think about, like you have a chocolate bar or something. But if you are hungry in between your meals, drink water, drink coffee to keep that hunger down. That will help you. But I also know it's hard. It's hard to stop junk food. It was it for me too when I quit it in 2023. I loved having junk food. I loved the ice cream, fast food, soda. So it was hard, but I just came up with this plan of having it less and less. Once a week, then once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, and then quit completely. And I followed that plan and it worked. It was very hard in the start, but I just reminded myself of my future self. I want my future self to have a great body, to be healthy. And I need to do this. That helped me get through, like just have my mindset. Just like think of my future self. How will this food impact my future self? In 2 weeks, will this make me be stronger, have a better 6-pack, or will I have gained some fat from it, become weaker? Start thinking like that when you eat. Eat with intention. And an amazing thing you will experience is when you have less junk food, less high sugar foods, you will value normal food much more. So me right now, like I love having eggs, chicken, steak, ground beef, just like normal healthy food, because my dopamine levels has been like reset. This is some deep shit you will experience once you quit junk food. I promise you. Personally, I don't feel like that I'm missing out on anything, because I enjoy normal food now almost as much as I enjoyed junk food before, or like even more. It's really crazy. This is step one. Stop eating like a kid. Stop having high sugar foods, junk food. Even if you have it, you sometimes stop it. Stop it. Like, you need to do it. Choose one day a week you can have junk food at. It can be Friday, for example. And then you have like some junk food at Fridays, and then the rest of the week you don't have anything. And by the way, if you're a business entrepreneur, executive, or professional, and you want more help to lose fat, build muscle, skyrocket your energy, you can get a free one-on-one coaching call with me right now. Top link in the description. They have gotten really good feedback. The second step is to eat more protein. So this summer, when I wanted to lose fat for the summer so I can walk on the beach, shirtless, looking good, six-pack, just be confident in myself and have a great body, I started having more protein because that was the thing I did last year when I wanted to lose fat. I had more protein and less carbs, and it worked. So I did it this year again, and it worked. Just in a few weeks, I started like losing more fat, just having more protein, less carbs, and I made sure I had at least 60% off my plate with high protein foods like steak, chicken, ground beef, fish, Greek yogurt, eggs, and then the rest of the plate with like vegetables and carbs. So let's say like broccoli and potatoes, for example. And eating in that style and having at least 60% of protein. Sometimes I could even have 70% of high protein foods. Made a difference because protein is super powerful for losing fat. Our body burns calories when it digests protein because it's much harder for the body to digest protein compared to fats and carbs, and it also builds muscle, and when we build muscle we burn more calories throughout the day, and it keeps us full, so we are less likely to snack in between meals. I even experienced this yesterday. I had a big lunch with ground beef, eggs, and then only some like couscous. That's like a type of carbs. Is like rice, but I had like 30%, only like 30% of my plate with couscous carbs, and then 70% with high protein foods. So I went 4 hours without even thinking of food because I was so full for the lunch. So that's also why protein is so powerful. And if you're running your own business or you have a busy job, this is key, because I know you don't want to do a lot of cardio, spend time do all these extra things, then just changing how you eat. Because right now you're eating something, right? You have probably something to breakfast, or if you skip breakfast, but for lunch and dinner you have something. If you want to lose fat, then you just change up what you eat. Let's say right now you have a lot of carbs. You probably have 50-60% of carbs. Then you have some vegetables, then only like a small piece of meat, not a lot of high protein foods, because that's how most people eat. They eat like that. It's pretty rare to see someone that eats a lot of protein, having a high protein diet with a lot of meat, eggs. So just change that. Have less of the carbs. If it's like the rice, pasta, potatoes, have less of it, then have more meat. And you want to have foods that are high in protein and low in calories. So that's like chicken breast, ground chicken, non-fat Greek yogurt, egg whites. Those are very high in protein and low in calories, because in this way you can eat a lot of food, get in a lot of protein, and still be in a calorie deficit and don't get in too many calories. This is powerful. I talked to like a business executive a few days ago, and I was asking like, what do you struggle with losing fat? And he said it's hard to eat less without being too hungry. So I thought of like, what can he do? Then I told him like, have chicken. It's high in protein and it's like not a lot of calories. You can have like, a few 100 grams of chicken breast or ground chicken to your meal. Get in a lot of protein. Let's say you have 300 grams of chicken breast. That's like 70 grams of protein, and it's only 450 calories. If it's like 150 calories per 100 gram. And in that way, it's better than steak and ground beef because it has less calories. It has more protein per calorie. Have mainly like chicken. So if you have like chicken, you can actually like still eat a lot. Have like a solid portion for your lunch and dinner. And then for breakfast, egg whites and Greek yogurt. Personally, I have 5 eggs. You can have like a few eggs, add some egg whites if you want. Just scramble it, Or you have like, I used a bowl with the Greek yogurt. 200 grams of Greek yogurt gives you 20 grams of protein. It's a solid breakfast. Your breakfast should mainly be protein. Then for your lunch and dinner, eat in this way, like I said. More protein, less carbs. And the good thing with this is you don't need to have any crazy meals. It's just like the proportion of what you're eating that needs to be changed. So you can still have those business dinners, have the same meals like you have right now, like at home with your family. But you just take more of the meat, more of the high protein foods, and less of the carbs, less of the vegetables. And even if you like order food, you can eat in this way. Like, I don't understand why some that like work at home, like entrepreneurs, order pizza or like fast food when you just can order like steak and potatoes, chicken and rice. You can still like order healthy food. So like, why are you not doing that? Fixing your diet and losing fat is a lot about just changing how you eat. Less bullshit, less junk food, less carbs, and like more protein, more meat, more eggs. The first step is to get your training on point. Imagine you have a car and the wheels are broken, but then you fix the wheels so you can actually like start driving the car. And then you improve the engine so you can start driving even faster. It's the same thing with losing fat. First, you start with fixing your diet, you quit junk food, you have more protein, you eat less calories, and then you fix your training to go even faster, to lose fat, to lose even more fat. So to fix your training, start lifting weights 3 times a week. Because when you lift, you will build muscles, you will burn calories throughout the workout, and when you lose fat, you will actually look better. You will be a bit muscular. Not only lean, you will be lean and muscular. And that is like, every man wants that. You want your son to look at you as like a superhero. And if you only lean, he won't like think something special. But if you like lean and muscular, he will look up to you much more. He will tell the other kids, my dad is Jack. My dad looks like Superman. And I know you want that. I want my future children to see me as their hero and grow up and want to be like me. Have a lot of respect for me. Same with like with your girlfriend, wife. You probably want her to be like, you would probably want her to think you have a like attractive body, and you need muscles to do that. Being lean, abs is good, but like muscles just make you look much better. So start lifting weights. It's also very powerful for you losing fat. Like I said, 3 times a week. And I know you're busy, you're working a lot, and you don't want to be in the gym all day, and that's okay. I'm also working a lot on my business, 10-hour days. And yeah, I'm in the gym only like 30-40 minutes. So that's enough. Like 30-minute workouts are enough. If you don't rest a lot, you just like push hard, you do supersets in the gym. In that way you can keep your workouts short, get everything done, and like make progress from them. 3 times a week. And that's for the lifting. It's pretty simple. I would do like a full body split. So you train like your full body 3 times a week. In that way, you hit every muscle like 3 times a week, which is very good for building muscle. And then walking is also great. So you don't need to run and do some like crazy cardio, like just walking. Aim for at least 60 minutes a day. And yeah, I know it's a lot, it's an hour, but there are ways you can like get it done every day. Because walking very powerful, you burn calories, you improve your metabolism. It's very good for like the brain too, for your focus, energy, which will help with your business and work. So if you work at a desk, you can get a walking pad. It's like a small treadmill, have like under your desk, and you can walk at it. So you can do that when you have like meetings, calls, maybe if you even typing something. Either you have like an app, or you use like press the like microphone so you can like talk and it writes down. You've probably seen that, like it's everywhere. On your phone, even on Google Docs, computer, you can just like talk and it types for you. So that's something you can do. That's a very good way to get those steps in. Just 1 hour when you're working, you walk to get those steps in. If you can't do that, then I would say you set the time aside to go out for a walk. It's a nice way to relax if you have like a really like stressful job, busy schedule. I like to take walks at the end of the day for like just 5-10 minutes to like relax. especially if I'm like stressed out about my business. And if you need to walk outside, you can't have like a walking pad, and you still want to work and don't sacrifice your work, your business, then you can even like do some work on your phone. If it's like having a call, being on a meeting, listening to a podcast and learning, or just like sending out emails, DMs. And worst case scenario, you just put aside 60 minutes every day, go for a walk. And if you can't do like the full 60 minutes and it's not sustainable for you, 30 minutes at least. Like everyone can do 30 minutes. And it has a return on investment. You will lose fat, you will improve your health, you will be able to actually like live longer, you will look better, you'll have more energy, better focus. Losing fat is high return on investment. It's worth it. Even though you need to spend an hour be out walking, it's worth it. Like you should do it. If you don't sacrifice for your body becomes the sacrifice. If you stay like fat, you can get diseases and you maybe even gain more and more fat over time. This is serious shit. You need to put in the work. But this is the plan to get lean AF in 90 days. Quit junk food, have more protein, go to the gym 3 times a week, and then walk daily. If you think you want to lose even more fat, walk more. Walk for 1.5 hours, 2 hours a day. That will speed up. Also, like you can control your portions, have like smaller portions, even though you're eating clean and having high protein. If you eat too much, it can be hard to lose fat. Make sure you're not eating too big portions, and you do that by having like a lot of protein that stops you from overeating, because you will be so full. But this was it. And if you're a business entrepreneur, executive, or professional, and you think this video was helpful and you want some personal help, you can get a free one-on-one coaching call with me right now. Just click the top link in the description, book a call. I recently helped this guy lose 8 pounds of fat in just 3 weeks. He had a startup, was really busy, and I have gotten really good feedback on these calls. So go book one, and then go watch this video right here, my honest advice to someone who wants to lose fat. Become jackpot.